Muttonistas, welcome to Munich. Only a week ago, City produced a result I didn't expect at all to beat Bayern Munich 3-0. The fans are here from Manchester and the weather's here from Manchester as well. So, as long as the team turn up, we should progress into the semi-final of this year's Champions League to play Real Madrid again. But City fans will know that you're never ever sure and you're never ever confident until that final whistle blows. So join me for today's matchday vlog of Manchester City away at Bayern Munich. If you're wondering where I was with the dramatic Gothic backdrop, it's a place called Marienplatz in the centre of Munich, sort of on the edge of the old town, or is it in the centre of the old town? Anyway, I think regular viewers are well aware by now that I am big on traditional food and drink when I go abroad, so I'm going to try and find a beer hall and hopefully we'll get into Munich's most famous. Right, Muttonistas, I think this is a pretty popular area, and behind me is the Hofbrauhaus, the most famous beer hall in all of Munich. A little bit of unsavoury history here in the 20s and 30s, but we're here for football, not history lessons. So I'm going to see if I can get in and try some local food and beer. If not, we do have a plan B and a plan C available. Well, Muttonistas, if at first you don't succeed, try again. I did look at the website for the Hofbrauhaus earlier and I couldn't get a reservation, I don't think until early May. So anyway, I'm glad I found another location. They don't have litres, but we'll just drink 2 Swift half litres instead. And as you'll know, in the UK, I tend to go for dark ales. I'm not a lager man particularly, but they do it particularly well here. This is really rather nice. Muttonistas, the food has arrived, and I make no apologies for choosing one of my favourite dishes from this part of the world, the pork knuckle. So with a potato dumpling and sauerkraut, absolutely my favourite way of preparing cabbage. A quick slurp just to cleanse the palate. Okay, meat first. Absolutely adore that. The crackling, the fat, the tender, juicy meat in a rich gravy. And I think the potato dumpling is called knödel or knödel. I don't know how to pronounce it. A little bit heavy, but accompanies the pork pretty well. And finally the sauerkraut. Absolutely meets my approval. If you're in Germany, you cannot go wrong with this dish at all. I recommend if you're not sure what you're going to have in a traditional German place, go for the pork knuckle. Anyway, Muttonistas, I'm pronouncing myself match fit. I'm going to get on with this and we'll talk football afterwards. In the meantime, come on City. Well, Muttonistas, that was the business. I don't normally finish those pork knuckles, and in fairness, I only ordered half a pork knuckle, but it was exactly the right amount of food for me. Absolutely nothing left, and of course required another beer. So, time to talk about football. The lineups aren't out yet. I would be shocked if Guardiola didn't go with anything other than the same team that played last week. I mean, you look at who was pulled off early against Leicester at the weekend, and you get the impression that those who were taken off and rested are absolutely definite starters today. I guess Bernardo or Mahrez is the only decision, but we don't need the extra attacking width of Mahrez, I think, although we will have some counters. I think sticking with Bernardo for his graft in midfield and defence when it matters is the right call. As for Bayern, of course, they had that bust up between Mane and Sané, where allegedly Mane punched Sané. Not sure exactly why or what happened there, but there is a bit of disharmony. But they cannot be counted out, and as all City fans know, we can never be 100% sure of anything. Too many disasters in the past, so I'll only be comfortably happy when the 90 minutes have passed. There is actually a tinge of optimism here, although some pundits have suggested Bayern might try a bit of damage limitation tonight. I can't see that. I think they're going to go for it, and I think if we can counter well, we can kill the danger pretty early. But it's not a 100% pass to the next round. 3-0 leads have been overturned before. I've never seen City squander a lead like this before. In fact, it's rare when I've seen them lose that it's been anything other than by one goal. And in fact, in the Guardiola era, it's rare that I've seen them lose by anything other than just the one goal. And a few minutes later, the team news has come out, and City are unchanged, as I expected. There are changes from Bayern, though. Upemecano, who I thought might have been dropped, is playing. Both Pavard and Cancelo are playing, and the legendary Eric Choupo-Moting starts. I remember him scoring twice for Stoke to equalise against United a few years ago in the Premier League. Did nothing at all afterwards for Stoke, and seems to have played up front then for Paris Saint-Germain and Bayern. Have we got it all wrong? Is he the deadly Derek of the football world? Well, I think he's probably decent, but not as good as somebody like Haaland. Anyway, I'm going to finish my beer, and then we'll head off to the stadium. Coming here as an away fan is not so easy. Finding the right entrance, very difficult. I thought I'd take a safety play, taking a taxi. All I've done is arrived a bit later and done in €50. Well, I missed the first few minutes of this, but yet again at Bayern there seems to be virtually no segregation. We went through a security check just to join the concourse where the home fans were. This is a concerning start. We're 18 minutes in and City haven't got to grips with this game. We're not keeping the ball well. Bayern are pressing incredibly hard, and Sané and Coman getting a lot of joy on the break, and particularly down our left and their right. Come on City, get a grip. Go on! Oh! Referee! That's a red card! What's going on here? Is that a free kick to Bayern? Looked to me as if that was a foul and a red card. Thought I saw a card come out. We're at the other end of the pitch. What's happened? It's been rescinded to a yellow. What's going on there? Surely that's either nothing or a straight red. Apparently Haaland was marginally offside. Lucky defender. I know we're playing with 4 centre-backs, but we've got to watch these runs on the wing. Go on, Jack. Oh! What's happened there? We've got a penalty for handball. And stopped chasing the ball as it was still in play. What's he given here? Come on, Erling, kill the game, kill it stone dead. Haven't seen another miss one. Not the end of the world, but that could have killed the tie, that could have. Kicking off there. Well, 0-0 at half-time, it'll do. The penalty, well, we could have just killed the game stone dead. They weren't going to score 4 without us getting in again. They're still going to have to leave gaps and push forward, but they found some joy on the wings, and I'm hoping that Guardiola's half-time talk will help plug those gaps. We grew into the half and started retaining the ball better, but there were some sweaty moments, and thankfully Bayern's finishing wasn't up to so much. Oh, careful here. Go on. Go on. Go on. Just as Bayern had their best moment of the game where the ball went across an empty net, we brought the ball out. Kevin De Bruyne was fed in from a long ball, slipped it through to Erling Haaland, and this time he didn't miss. 1-0 City. That must be game over now. What's going on here? Is there a penalty review? Well, not the best struck penalty in the world, but Edison committed, so it was good enough. Anyway, they have 7 minutes to get 3 goals plus whatever added time there is, so that would be a massive collapse by anybody, let alone a team of City's stature. Muttonistas, it took me forever to get back from the stadium. It's midnight at the moment, and even longer to find a bar. And when I got to the beer hall that I luckily found on my way going back towards the main station, getting a seat was like gold dust. Fortunately, some people were leaving just as I arrived. So we're not going to mess about here, straight in with a stein. And so what to make of the game? Well, I wasn't happy with everything I saw there, I must admit. I thought we were cut open a bit early down the flanks, long balls past our high line, Ake struggling to keep up with Coman, Akanji finding himself in uncomfortable positions as well with Coman. And in terms of retaining possession past their very, very high and hard press, it took us about half an hour to get to grips with it, and they had a couple of chances in that time. Then, of course, we had the penalty miss, and we had two situations where we had to scramble the ball away. Some great last-ditch challenges by our boys. That's something that we can all be positive about. However, the fact that there were gaps and spaces for them to run into and almost play through is at times a little bit concerning. Now, I've heard some pundits or watched some pundits say, well, City were just coasting and they held Bayern off at ease. Didn't feel as comfortable as that to me. OK, maybe we could have upped it a bit if we went 1-0 down, but when we went 1-0 up, after Bayern had just missed their best chance of the game, that was effectively game over. I will say, though, I thought Bayern were pretty decent at the back and in the midfield. They were just a bit blunt up front. By the time our goal came, we'd missed a previous counter-attack as well. Concerns me that we're not making the most of these counters. Ake coming off injured, of concern. I've no idea how serious that might be. We'll find out in the coming days. But it does appear that he's pivotal to this four centre-backs at the back formation. So I'm not sure what Guardiola's going to do if he's not available. The Bayern penalty, I couldn't see what had happened from my end, and people have told me that it was incredibly soft. People have been saying that the City penalty was soft, that one was even softer. All right.
City.
So, back to Madrid for the semi-finals. Let's hope we don't mess it up again like last year. We were all over them for the majority of the semi-final last year, but we let them back in when we should have killed them off, and we ended up losing at the death. I'm reasonably confident that we're not going to do that again this time round, although I do accept that the British press do underestimate Real Madrid. Anyway, I'm going to wrap the vlog up now. I'm going to love you and leave you. Next vlog, Sheffield United in the Cup on Saturday. Yes, the games are coming thick and fast. So, until then, Muttonistas, keep liking, keep sharing, keep subscribing, keep telling your friends all about me. But most of all, don't forget, you can't beat a bit of mutton.